Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House.
Can't, because we always start like. I know.
Okay, so
Doesn't mean that that's going to happen this time. I think this time we might go a little longer because if we end up in combat, it ends up going a little. Anyways.
he's just super sad.
Hey, you're front and center, babe.
Huh?
If you need another color, we finish this coloring. Get you.
Can I have a coloring book?
Do you want one?
He says I can't have
You're
one.
DMing.
He's so rude.
DMs don't get coloring books
So
Why?
roll for initiative.
because you already have my coloring book.
This isn't coloring.
You have coloring books,
I
Pappy?
wish.
I
No.
always wondered what Jason is doing back
The whole time, Chase is just like,
coloring book.
So
It's a color by number.
that's how you decide what encounters to do. Is you
what
pick a
initiative
page.
order? Sorry.
Whoa.
That's what we did during church
Is
the other week.
is that what this kind of scene looks like?
Sure.
No,
No, this is like
just for fun.
this is just for fun.
Stunning.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's why
I forget that you're an artist sometimes.
I forget too. Don't worry.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
right there with you. Wait, I can do that? That's allowed? I have the pencil.
Ew. Good.
You know what this pencil will do tonight?
Kill someone.
Probably just sit there.
Write someone.
No.
A line through someone's name that says
Dead.
dead.
Out of the game. Go home,
Gone.
you loser. Maybe not that. What do these guys got? Oh, that high a level? Ooh, this might be a little hard.
Retro. I think we're in trouble.
Brandon. Brandon.
So heads up, tonight I actually have to work, but I'm gonna play at work.
You're at work right now?
No, I'm not at work right now, but
You
I'm
will
gonna
be.
leave in like 15 minutes.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's okay.
Pizza is done.
No worries.
Well,
I will say though, something I would like to try to strive for, like in the future. I know we have less people, and so I think beforehand it was easier to kind of just not
to zone out.
to kind of zone out because like we had so many people that we were kind of always still just stepping on each other's toes. But I think the last couple sessions we've had like I just like to have a little more interaction from the players.
Also, our house has been hot.
Yeah,
so
last time we were all cooking. We
we're
were
all
like,
dying.
our brain
It's gonna be
was
better.
but you gotta do what you gotta do, Brandon.
Yeah. I'm not doing anything at work, so I'll be totally present.
That's awesome.
Don't you
Well, since everyone's here, I was gonna tell everyone some bad news,
What's the bad news?
if we even care. But bad news is we can no longer stream on Facebook.
I said a bad word last time, and they said that was.
No, we have to have. So we have to have had an account for more than 60 days, which we have, and we also have to have 100 followers, which we do not have. We have 6.
Hey guys, welcome back to my Let's Play.
Welcome back.
Just
So-
don't forget to hit that smash button so we can get to 100 followers. And
Really,
We
the only
only
person
start
that I think
streaming
will
on
be
Facebook.
sad is Steve.
Steve,
Steve, we will miss you, Steve.
he's not listening.
No, he didn't hear this episode.
Steve is gone. Steve is no more
So,
a part of our lives.
well, this is it.
Well, something that else that needs to happen before we can even do that is I need to finish some session recaps so that way we can, even post on the thing that people do listen to.
On the
That's
podcast,
on
the actual
podcast.
place where people listen. Yep.
So maybe I should do that sometime. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm like, I think this will be my
Fifth or sixth.
fifth episode behind.
Brandon, you work at a pottery studio, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like one of the coolest jobs in the world. You're a potter. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Could be worse. You could be a Harry Potter.
But
Oh.
Did you guys take your XP?
we get 100 XP.
100?
No, 1,000, right?
I think I gave you 1,000.
4 XP.
We are at
You get negative 2 XP because I didn't like what you did.
we're at
That's just you,
19,000.
Maybe lose a level.
19,000?
Yeah.
No way. 19?
I don't have that many. How come?
What are you at, Brandon? I was
Okay.
at 18,000 plus the new 1,000. That's 18. Have you been keeping track of it?
Yeah,
This
I'm at 18,000 right now. I'm gonna add 1,000. So it'd be
Because I didn't give you any last episode, right?
So why do you have?
I think you just
To be
gave. I think
honest-
you just gave us a lot.
But wouldn't we all get?
Yeah, we should be. So you need to be keeping track of it. Where's your
I
XP?
just
Up at
wanna-
the top. Up at the top. Right there.
Should we?
So
Yeah.
now I have.
Would you be willing to text
So
Joy
18.
McKay and just ask her if she's going to be on soon or if we should get started without her? Just because we might as well just get started. I don't think she will be joining right
I think
now.
let's just start because I don't know when she's gonna jump on. But
Okay.
I'll text her still.
No worries. I'll do the recap from last time, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know who was there. I think everyone who was here was there. But basically, you guys, after, meeting the vigils, having a little conflab, you went to the bar, talked with them, talked about life, talked about, your plans for the future. Not long-term plans, more short-term plans, like the next, less than 24 hours of how you may be to save this village. Vigil stuff. What you would hope a hero would do. You guys made some plans, talked about some stuff, and then you're like, okay, let's go figure stuff out. So then you left the village, went out there, snuck your way through, got to a place by one of the camps. You chose one of the more populated ones, seemed to be pretty important. Went in there, and Opal, with ability to comprehend languages, listened in on a conversation that an orc was having in a tent, who seemed to be a leader. After this brief but kind of cryptic conversation, you all saw these mounted bat riders heading towards the town. And as Opal stole a glance at the commander leaving the tent, she noticed that half of his face was blackened, with one eye pierced as though it was a star, reminiscent to a Kravust.
That's what they're called.
A demon that you have fought in the past. One associated with, bad stuff.
We haven't seen that, right?
No, only Opal herself has noticed.
And she hasn't told us because she's like next to the
She's about 60 feet away from you guys at the moment. You guys can see her, and you can see the orc, but I would say that it's a little bit farther away to get that full detail, especially at nighttime.
But we can see that are they starting to press forward, like charging forward?
So
Or not yet. They've just gotten into ranks.
let me describe the scene for you. What you see ahead of you is a large contingent of orcs. Now, last time we talked about how these ones were getting riled up, especially by Pinky. But by far, these are the most well-trained of all the the orcs of any of them. These seem to actually have, some sort of militaristic discipline. They're not just raving band of green dudes too angry to die. They have structure. They even start forming up in ranks as this general-esque figure walks out from them, calling them to arms. It seems that they're lining up to head towards the northwestern side of the village. At the moment, your team still has not been discovered.
But we're crouching on the outside of the camp, right? We're
Yeah.
like laying down in the grass, right?
Yeah. And as you look out among the kind of the night sky, I have a drawing that I did, and I showed McKay and Tori it, but it kind of goes along with kind of what it looks like. It's a kind of, now that the last bits of the storm have cleared up, there's some small remnants of those clouds up above. The moon itself has come out, shining brightly over you, casting shadows along this, high mountain valley. The tops of the mountains dusted lightly with fresh snow. This is kind of what you'd see. Except there's not a lake. It's just the mountains.
That's very beautiful.
Thank you. That's what I do when I go to church sometimes.
You get inspired by
I get inspired by the Lord to paint pretty pictures on Photoshop.
Nice.
But yeah, if you weren't facing down over 5,000 orcs, it would be a beautiful, serene scene. But with, other things pressing your mind, you take a little thought for how the solemnity of this situation would be in a different scenario.
Well, it looks like they're forming up in ranks.
We need to go. The bats have already taken off, right?
Yeah,
We need to go
The
warn
bats
the
are
people
already-
they do their
they're
stuff.
already flying overhead. They've passed you. Opal at this point, Opal is in a meeting right now. She's
Disposed.
not responding to verbal cues. She's gone comatose. No, she's hurrying back now that the distraction has been issued. Both her and Cragborn feeling like it is able to transverse. They're quickly but stealthily making their ways back to you.
Okay, so you were saying the bats.
One of our first priorities should be to get back to the village as soon as possible and warn people.
Then we better move quick. Are Crackborn and Opal back?
I'd say by this point they are.
Why did you find out?
Opal doing her best. I can't talk for what she would say, but I would assume that she would fill you in kind of with the details of her conversation, relaying what she heard to you. I think she would, to the best of my knowledge, she would also warn you of, hey, you know that thing we fought under Havnock? I think they have maybe another one as their leader. Maybe not as, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's as possessed. I don't know, it's hard to say.
Wasn't the one we fought like a baby though?
It was a baby, but it was a fully grown baby.
That's terrifying.
Well, also, just something to remind you, that one was completely night black, like pitcher black. Like, the material that sucks in light, like you look at it and it's like, there's not even like reflections of light off of it.
Are you
It's
talking about Vanta Black?
Vanta black, yes, I am. It was kind of like that.
Yeah,
This
that's cool.
this man has that on part of his face. You can't really tell much else about his, like, is it like on most of them, on just half of them, on just the face? So whatever he has going on, it seems to be a mild case of crevustation.
He's crusting over.
He's crusting over. He's getting that moldy bread look. He's in his.
Do people become these demons? Or is this like he's living like it's like a parasite on him? Or more like a symbiosis?
That's a great question.
This is an open question to the party. Or maybe he just has his very own Donnie living on his skin.
Always.
I mean, last time that this happened, didn't it just produce like shadow creatures? I don't remember it taking over anyone. Do we remember? I don't think we remember taking it took over anyone.
So you
Yeah,
do
using
remember
him as a host.
you do remember that the demon itself was, kind of this creature, but it had these shadow creatures like serving it. The shadow creatures, with the help of a certain type of needle, could form themselves into the likeness of another creature, i.e., the kids that they were mimicking.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm not
Some of
sure.
these orcs could maybe be
Children.
shadows. Yeah, evil children.
That's terrifying.
Is there a
Regardless,
way we can see? Like, do we have like a shadow sensor?
they hated fire.
Yeah.
But Opal's right, or Adelaide's right. We should probably warn the town, or I don't know. It's probably not good that this Kravost is back, whatever it is. Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
And the bats have already gotten a head start on us, right? Or no?
yes. They're a little bit. I kind of imagine like this conversation was kind of happening in the moment. Like I don't think you're losing tons of time. You think that you could maybe, if you started, rushing towards the wall, you could basically follow along, maybe even catch up to him once you get to the wall.
Those that can fly.
Take to the air.
If you can get back to the edge before they do.
Let's
Chance from the look of it,
a chance.
like to get there before the
That's one thing that Opal would say is like, those of us who can fly, we're no more faster in the air than we are on foot. We'd be better sprinting up to the wall and then taking flight once we actually get, closer there. That way we have as much flight as possible.
Okay, talk as we run.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
See, Adelaide's running, running.
It's not terribly far away from the wall.
For snakes. Is it worth trying to get that guy right now, or just hold the wall? Just asking the party as well as the NPCs there.
Sure.
Valencia and
Valencia looking up at the 30 or so forms of creatures heading towards the town. She would say, I think our biggest fear has to be making sure those walls stay standing. I don't like the look of them being able to get over them.
all right. Better do this quick. Sound the alarm. There is an alarm to sound.
Do you have an alarm?
No.
Pinky just starts screaming.
Just terrified.
Yeah, if there's something that we can do to sound some sort of alarm, I imagine those that with wings, they can at least get over the wall quicker than us. They could probably warn people.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you gonna
oh
do we
no.
get to the wall?
Oh no.
What?
Just thinking of dumb things I could do.
That's not good.
Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at what the what abilities the NPCs have, just so I can
Yeah.
refresh myself. And
While you're doing that,
understanding.
we have. How much time would you say we have ahead of these guys before we were to get to the wall or get to where we need to be?
Say that again. How much?
How much time ahead of these guys do we have to get to the wall, or not really?
You're not going to
Like,
get there
time.
ahead of them.
Okay.
Are you
Not
talking
ahead
about
of
the main group?
The main.
Oh, okay.
Are they starting to march or no?
Yeah, they're starting to march, but it looks like they're more joining a larger bulk of orcs together. It seems that they're starting to coordinate their attack rather than being surrounding. Make an insight check for me, Varen.
That's not too bad. 16.
16. So you've been around a blade most of your life, of some sort or fashion.
Yeah.
The way a blade works is you're able to focus a lot of force and pressure on a single point. The tighter you get that point, the more ability you have to cut. You think rather than surrounding the fortress, trying to lock them in, they're going to use more attacks to try to rupture the protection.
Okay.
It looks like you have a little bit of time before that happens. It might take a little bit of coordination. Orcs are not known to be the most ruly and most
yeah. Okay. As we start running back to the wall, I'll kind of stop in my tracks and I'll say, warn the people. I'll be there shortly. And I'm gonna turn
right
and briefly run. I don't want to get so close, but I want to get close enough that I could huck one of my dynamites.
Whoa.
Okay.
Just like as far as I can and tail it, just running away too.
Sure.
Just to try and hopefully, create a loud noise that will hopefully alert the town in case these guys aren't quite there yet, or you know what I mean, to start getting commotion going and maybe get confusion and kill a few orcs.
Sure. Yeah, I get it. All right. I would like you to do either a stealth check or a persuasion check to see if you can kind of blend in with the orcs as you run up kind of among them. You're not like getting super close, but if you're if you're going to get a
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
So, as you all are tromping through the mud and sludge, your boots becoming slick from this clay, gravelly dirt. Baron, you have this thought in your brain. If only you had a way to warn the townspeople of impending doom. The guards aren't prepared. They've been fighting all day. They're probably tired. They're probably taking breaks. You break off in a run, heading towards the group of
The point of the sword.
Heading towards the more front lines of them. Seemingly, as you run, you take a second to glance around, and you're able to recognize, what makes an orc an orc. You realize it's not necessarily about being the biggest, but it's about being the meanest. We've seen that. You know what it's kind of like to have to be the meanest person in the room when you have to. as you run forward, you kind of adopt on yourself this similar gait. You have this air about you that, and those who look at him, after a second of being able to kind of keep your eye on Barren, he blends into the crowd of these orcs. Not that you are completely among surrounding the main body, but he's indistinguishable from the rest. Barren, as you finally get into a position where you feel like you're close enough to be able to chuck a piece of dynamite, I will give you advantage on your roll. I need you'll have 2 rolls. One that's just going to be a straight D20 roll, and one that's going to be a dexterity check to see how well you throw.
Okay. Do I have advantage on both of those, or?
I'll give you advantage on both of them because you got an F1 and it's awesome.
Cool.
Do your first check first.
Okay.
The one that's not bonus to anything. It's just a straight D20.
Okay, yeah. So I'll whisper, like wait, what's the word? I gotta find my word. Eustace. I'll kind of, like, as I'm running, I'm pulling the sack off, and I'm like digging through because I didn't have one ready. As this idea I just wasn't thinking about it. I'll reach in, and I'm looking at where I'm at, and I'll quickly just Eustace, and then I'll go for, like, trying to either, like, do kind of a skid across the ground so it's less noticeable or anything like that. I mean, it takes, like, what, 12 seconds or more before it goes off. I'll have a little moment to keep going. 17 for the.
Okay.
Is this just a straight roll?
Yeah, just a straight roll.
Okay. And then. You said dexterity. It's going to be 12.
12.
A little close.
A little close. I will say this. This is my idea. If he had rolled really bad, I was going to have you, like, go up to, like, you're about to throw it and then have an orc grab your hand and say, "What are you doing?" Like, that would suck.
That would suck.
You have that panic moment in your mind for just a second of, like, I sure hope someone doesn't stop me with this live explosive in my hand. They don't. And you end up throwing it kind of end over end. You lose sight of where it goes as you start kind of running back the wrong way. A couple of the orcs kind of jeering at you, like, where are you going? And as you hear it land, you hear a ooh, and it's a commotion of orcs, but faintly you hear it kind of smack something solid, and you hear, "Hey, who threw that?" As you continue to run, you hear another response. It was over there. And then you hear it. As a shockwave blows through this area, you kind of stumble from it as bodies all around you start, well, not full bodies, chunks.
Yeah.
Start kind of landing near where you're at. With that explosion, the entire front line is in disarray for a moment, as this was their plan to prepare to get in position, and that has been disrupted. You chance a look back, and you can see orcs just, in commotion, struggling to, keep their semblance of order in their chaotic world that follows, being blown up by dynamite. It looks like you got a good few of them.
Good.
It
I'll
was
just
pretty
kind of whisper under my breath. I hope that bought us some time.
Okay. As you finally kind of make it back to the group, you're able to, kind of side connect, and you get back to just about the moment where you're making it to just about 60 feet away from the wall. As you all kind of line up, each of you in the group would have saw him run off, be like, "Oh, I guess he's dead," and then you hear an explosion. And I was like, "Okay, I'm pretty sure he's dead now," and then eventually makes it back to your group, huffing. You don't spend too much time wondering kind of what a little bit of that dark liquid goo is on him. You're not sure if it was just mud splatted or something else. But he is definitely a little bit more dirty.
Ew.
Ew. Gross. Orc bits. Not fun.
Have they already thrown the rope down? Like, are we climbing back up?
As you guys get to the wall, I would like everyone to do an athletics check, because really, you guys were trying to keep up pace with these flying bats. Now, bats aren't necessarily the fastest of creatures, but you would have to be full on sprinting for a while, and it really depends on like how fast you guys were able to get there before see if you
Ooh, I forgot my athletics are so good. It's
Get
athletics,
there.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's good. So I rolled a 9. 13.
Unnatural 20, dirty 20. I'm like, pizza.
So unnatural 20, 13. You're still muted.
Yeah, I rolled a 5, and my modifier is like +1 or
Okay,
something.
sick.
I'm getting it up right now.
Opal got 6 as well. Let's see how your compatriots fare. Okay. Let me mark off. You said you got 13, correct? Adelaide?
Yes. Yep. 13.
Okay. So, as a group, you and the I should roll for Pinky as well.
Pinky will not be joining us tonight, just so you know.
Okay, no worries.
I called her or texted her.
That's okay. She should be with family anyways for a fun activity. So with some of the group kind of lagging behind, some people are able to keep up while some people aren't able to make it to the wall. For those who make it in time for the orcs, it would be Adelaide, Barren, Valencia, and Momau. You 4 are able to get to the wall just as the first bat riders reach there as well. The ones that didn't quite make it, you're about 30 feet behind them. Not quite to the wall.
Hmm.
With that, as you guys see, there is about 15 of these riders that descend upon this section. Well, actually, no. You do it. Yeah. You would see about 5 of these mounted combatants land onto the wall up above. They're large bats flying up, furling out their wings and planting, crawling, holding themselves against the buttress as the orcs themselves climb over their heads, pushing up and mounting the wall. You see a group of 15 head towards the point of the army, following, kind of sweeping from on the inside of the wall. About that point, you notice that they stand kind of a little higher in their saddles just as they get out of your earshot. Looks like the last one that you notice that keeps flying, that 15, looks like he's grabbing something from a belt pouch ready to throw.
Uh-oh.
You see 10 others for those that are a little bit farther back. And for those who are a little farther back, you guys see them start picking up these things from their vials and throwing them towards the ground. There seems to be 10 others heading towards more the center of town.
Was that explosion enough to get some of the guards attention and get them ready and hopefully get them to see the bats and start raising the alarm?
Yeah. So as that explosion went off, alarm went up as you hear it ringing, a call out. Opal, I would explain this if she was here, but I'll explain it to the viewers as well as to the players. She would hear the orcs who are just barely landing as they kind of stop themselves for a second, hearing the call out, say, "We've been had, boys. Get over. Start to." And it kind of trails off as her heavy labor breathing kind of makes it to where she can't. Exactly. With that, as you guys make it to the wall, let's roll initiative, as I think this is a fair moment to do so.
Oh, no.
I don't have a battle map prepared. Would you guys like me to take a few moments to try to find one so we can have a virtual tabletop for this encounter?
I found it a little bit easier with a visual, but I'm good either way.
So, yeah, sure. If you want to, yeah, we can.
I can take a little bit of time and get that set up. Just prepare yourselves mentally and physically
I'll
and
get this up on the
spiritually.
Chase, once your iPad is charged to a sufficient
Sure.
station, let me know
It's sufficient. I'm at 76%.
on your. But you have a charger.
Here. Take that.
Thank you. I just need it for a little bit for my iPad.
How dare you?
Well, I hope you guys rolled a lot better on your initiative.
Should we use the same map that we did last time? Good.
It's the same map as last. Oh, the.
For the carts,
No, I don't. Is there a long one?
Where is your charger, honey? Do you know?
It's over page.
You have no idea where it might be.
It's kind of toasty in here. It's good.
very toasty.
Did you turn off the oven?
Turned off the oven.
Close.
No, I just left the oven wide open.
You better. I want more food. Makes me sweat. Makes me nervous.
Where's your bag? Is it possible it's in your bag? Oh.
What can you this one with Ghost Riders?
In the dead of night.
In the snow.
Ghost riders in the sky. Birds singing in the dead of night.
We haven't made it up on the wall, right?
No.
We're down below.
Nah. Yeah, you guys are down below.
Do we have a way?
What's the wall?
30 feet.
You can fly up.
Some cantrips I can.
Okay.
I mean, you
I have
can
an
just
cantrip.
you can fly there.
You do have flight.
I want to save it though, because I don't think I get it 2 more times.
No, you have multiple flights, honey. No, you have 4.
What?
Yeah, didn't we talk about this last time? It's like a passive ability that she has where she can just fly.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the shadows.
Well,
You can fly in the shadows.
it's
for-
nighttime.
Yeah, I know.
So everywhere shadow,
Yeah,
so I can fly whenever
yeah. Is it for an hour or for a minute?
for a minute.
Or for an hour?
That's a minute.
But you also have the flight from your ability, from your racial ability.
You have both wings and that.
And that's why you get 4.
Yeah, because you get 3 from the shadowy flight, and then 1 from your racial one.
Albert Rodeo, that's what we use.
What's it called again? Twilight Cleric?
Wait, so it's you can fly for a minute, and then is there like a cooldown on that?
Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so she can fly for 1 minute, and she can use this as a bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. So your proficiency bonus is 3, so you can fly 3 times for 1 minute, which in combat is like forever. Plus, you have another method of flight, which is from your race that you are. You can fly through that. So don't be afraid to use things.
So I could just touch down and then go up again?
And
Can
in
I, like,
combat,
quit?
it takes 10 rounds to be 1 minute. So I would use your starry one, because then you can still cast a cantrip. You can fly up to their level, and you can cast a cantrip, or you could bash them with your shield, or there's lots of stuff you could do.
This is not the best visual.
You got options. Got a lot.
I think
options.
we might be better off using the same one that we used last time. Because then we can leave all the dead bodies out there too.
You don't think they moved the dead bodies?
Why?
That's true.
We cleared off of the
I put the dead bodies on pikes.
yeah.
You know what's terrible? I don't have any ranged any ranged.
We'll say that you guys approached the east gate,
I don't even
which
have
was
the
the same
dagger
one that
anymore.
you guys were at
I lost it somewhere.
prior.
I don't remember where, but I lost it.
It's so hard to see you guys. I love all the dead bodies. I'm excited for more.
Dead bodies.
In the dead of night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
Bum, 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 bum.
Let me get you guys in here. Sorry that we have a little bit of figuring out technical things.
Is okay.
And let me see the living room. Insert. Okay.
Yay.
Should be able to get in.
Yep.
I need to select. I'm going to select all of
I gotta find the
this.
first one.
There's so many bodies.
Ren, could you help me move the cattle just off to the side? I don't want to delete them. They're too good, but
Can you make them a permanent structure?
Opal, I mean, Pablo, he probably didn't go with you guys.
No. Wait. I have to go
Isn't there like
find
a
the
way to
remote.
like select them
So I
and move them
need
all?
to turn this.
Yeah, there's like a lasso tool.
Remote. Chase, get some pizza.
Okay.
While
Would you
you're-
grab it for me?
Yeah, it's right in front of you. Right in front of your screen.
Oh, how am I supposed to see
You
it?
want a plate?
Yeah, I would love a plate. That's all I want. Just so that way I
Will you find the remote? 'Cause I can't.
Thank you for moving them.
You're welcome.
That guy would. So
That
Adelaide,
is 30 feet, right?
Barren. Let me get some characters. Call this Valencia. Call this guy Cragborn. And we'll call the where at Moment. So I don't have to make more tokens. Cragborn's back here though.
And we're more. This is like a side of the wall now. Even though before this was a gate, this is more of a side of a wall.
Yeah, so I guess I could kind of draw in a little bit better.
That's okay.
Like this right here is filled.
So we wouldn't have been next to all these dead bodies.
Let's just say you're at the same gate. Why not?
I like the side.
Okay, you're at the side of the wall. You can go wherever you want. We could like scoot this over one side. Okay, we're on the side of the wall. It
doesn't matter.
Whatever.
We know where we're at.
Wherever we're at, we're there. How about that?
Yeah.
All right. So now that we got that set up, Let me throw in kind of the.
Oh, did you give yourself advantage?
We're going to use a similar token that we used last time. Where's these guys? So. It will say that this is a walkway, kind of where the gate is. That can kind of continue on as a theater of the mind experience. Okay.
Are those the bats? Because they look like little bats, kind of.
Yeah. We get their riders. Doop. 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 And doop. All right. I think this is a fairly good rough estimation of what's going on in this situation. Does anyone have any objections to this?
No, we'll be all right.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Okay. Let's let me roll some initiative real quick.
Okay. This
Once this gets higher. I said 2 pizzas for Hayes. I hope it's enough.
Ooh.
Are those the bad guys or our team members?
We'll find out.
He's just choosing right now.
Like, ooh, I like that
He
one.
rolled a bunch, and he's like, "Yeah, that one's good for the bad guys, I think."
You know, they've been beating every time. Like, I might as well. Wait, so what do you do while we're waiting for Chase? What do you do at the pottery studio? Pottery.
I think I'm
Well, mostly I would be teaching a class, but there's no class scheduled tonight, so I'm just hanging out.
And you're getting paid to just hang out? That's awesome.
So, like, if someone comes into the studio, you'll help them.
Yeah.
But it's probably, if there's no class going on, that's usually what people do for dates and stuff like that. Because not a lot of people just know pottery. They're not just coming here like, oh, I'm a regular. You probably do have them, but if you have a regular, you're not really helping them out. They just
Yeah. It's and
Cool.
usually I would do back end stuff with the kiln and everything, but even that doesn't really take that much work, which I might do it tonight, but I just press a couple buttons, so NBD.
You just turn on a huge 1,000-degree furnace. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, 25 to 20. Okay.
Advantage story.
Cragborn got 20.
Good job.
20 to 15. Oh, I also didn't roll for Opal. I'll use the roll that I just did for random. She got she would have the highest because I rolled the 17 plus
She has the alert feed, doesn't she?
4. So she has a 21. Yes.
Wow.
So no one at 20 to 15.
This is bad.
You got 14.
I rolled bad. I used my good roll on that stealth check.
Yeah.
Which is good.
15 to 10.
I got 14.
14.
You got 12.
12. Nice. Who would you like to go first between you or Valencia? Adelaide? Awesome. I like that. And then Valencia. And then we have Ren. All right.
I got
10 to 5. 8. Ooh, that's pretty tasty.
Not fun.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Well,
We're not going to be playing with Pinky just because I don't have a character sheet to run off of.
that's
just so you know.
fine. She probably went to the other side.
You know, to do more distracting.
No, you said that bats were everywhere.
Yeah,
In the
she's
city.
doing distraction.
She's over on the other side, fighting bats over there
For sure.
with the city guard.
No doubt.
No doubt. She just got so good at hiding, you guys just don't realize she's helping out with this fight. She's just not even... Like, you're like, oh, wait, you were here the whole time? Did you grab me a plate?
Yeah.
So you can't see anything past
It's
your
like,
screen.
you put something there, I it's like it's gone. It's in the void. Okay. Baron. And then Momau with a 4. All right. With that, at the top of the round is Opal, which means that I'll kind of run her for the second until she is able to join us. So Opal, seeing the distance that she is away, is going to move 30 feet up. And I think she would... what she's got. Let me see what she has. Spells. She would sorry, this is a trying to read someone else's notes on their character sheet can be difficult.
Have her hold her action.
I could.
But we don't know which.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have her just cast Sacred Flame. With her action. Which she will target at this guy right here. The one you can't see it. This guy who's seems to be have gotten up onto the wall.
It's an orc on the wall, yeah.
Yeah, he will roll a dexterity saving throw, which he is able to pass. Okay.
No damage.
With that, Cragborn's turn. It's always kind of sucks when I'm the first one that gets to go in combat. It's not that fun. Kind of sucks. Sorry.
Just make it an
Cragborn.
entertaining chase and all of it.
Yeah. Let me think about what he's going to do. With where he is at, Cragborn will choose to cast Dominate Beast on the bat that's just in front of you guys.
Yes.
I think that this bat has to do saving throw. Would you be willing to look up what Dominate Beast does for me?
Sure. We can do that real quick. If you attempt to beguile a beast, you can see within range. You must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be charmed for you for the duration. If you or creatures that are friendly to you are fighting it, it has advantage on the saving throw. Okay, so it has advantage on the saving throw. If the beast is charmed, you have a telepathic link with it. As long as you two are on the same plane of existence, you can use the telepathic link to issue commands to the creature while you are conscious, which it does its best to obey. You can specify a simple or general course of action, such as attack that creature, run over there, or fetch that object. If the creature completes the order and doesn't receive further direction, it defends and preserves itself to the best of its abilities. You can use your action to take total and precise control of the target.
With that, the bat rolled a 15 plus 1, which is higher than his save.
Oh, dang.
16.
And then each time it takes damage, it makes a new saving throw. So,
but if it didn't get the first time, it doesn't make a difference.
Didn't make it.
So
that would have been so cool.
That, sadly enough, fails, as Craigborn seems pretty sad. But another day, another dollar. With that, it is still my turn as the first round of the orcs will take their turn.
They're going in for all the guards.
So the orcs, having taken a chance, this side will climb up onto this area. This guy will take his first attack. The guards, I need to write their initiative. They are dead last, just so everyone knows. They haven't taken their turns yet. Using their, as you guys watch in horror, the first guard, he would actually probably get up on this side. He's not too worried. Let me grab the right dice. Okay. So just to kind of describe what you guys see as you're running towards this wall. These orcs that have landed, Opal tries to attack one, drawing their attention. Cragborn from the back tries to dominate another one, but is ineffective. As you see them clamber over the wall, the guards who had been focused on the ones flying over and having their back turned toward the city don't realize that they've been routed. And these these orcs are right behind them. The first one will do. Yeah, they do make 2 attacks. He'll take 10 points of damage. Look up the guards. There's so many different people I'm dealing with right now. Sorry, guys.
Should have just made this encounter easier.
I know, I should have. Yeah. So you see the first guy is able to just barely block a lethal blow as here's a scrape of a foot behind him. He turns around as a nasty gash gets him right in the shoulder with this long, crooked scimitar cutting deep into his arm. He pulls back as the hitting again. As the orc stabs down, the guy gets caught and he can't move. The orc rips it out and slashes through his throat as the first guard is dead. The second orc will take his turn. He also will hit. First guard. As he stabs him straight to the back up as he kind of, the breath gets sucked out of his lungs as you see him get slain. He turns around towards the one on his backside. Also hitting. As he also rips the scimitar out and slashes kind of the ankle of the guard behind him, tripping him to the ground as he then pulls back his hair and goes for the jugular. The one that landed in the middle of the wall stands up on top, and seeing those that are at the bottom of the wall, in kind of taking a survey. He seems almost more of kind of in charge of maybe this brand that broke out. He will look back towards your group. thinking that, see if he can make his intelligence check. No. As he looks back, he doesn't notice that you guys aren't orcs, as you guys still are dressed and pretending in a fairly all right way. He will then approach this guard and he is dead.
This is not good.
He's moved.
Oh, that's not good. Oh,
15 feet.
I have like nothing I can.
He can make the next little bit. And he also hits. As he also kills this guard. With that, their mounts will take a chance to kind of clamber up the rest of the way onto the wall. And they will hold their action just in case their riders need to mount. With that, this gate has fallen into their control for the moment. Or not gate, but this section of the wall. With that, Adelaide, it is your turn.
Okay, I would like to fly and with my shield attempt to knock that dude off the wall, the one that's right on the cusp there. Just to see if I can just like boom.
So this is the bat, just so you know, the one that is hanging right there.
Boy.
Oh, this guy that still hasn't gone off his bat yet.
That one.
That's
not
the one.
that one then. I'm gonna try to knock off that orc that's down there. That like 10, 10. Is it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30? I don't have space to do that. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame for now.
What about this guy?
He's on his back. So I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on that guy right there.
Which one?
This
I don't know
the
exactly.
one. There's still a knight next to him. I'm so sorry.
Okay, this guy.
Yes, sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, that one. Set of 6.
Let's just remember, I may not know where you're pointing, and neither does anyone who'd be listening to us.
Sacred Flame on the orc that's on the left tower, who is right next to a soldier.
That soldier is dead, by the way. I just forgot to delete him.
Still get him.
Yeah.
I'll still get him.
Okay.
Are you
will make
you're
a
flying,
dexterity
right?
save.
Oh, you're not.
He rolled. What's your save?
13.
He passes by far.
All right. Then I guess I will use. I think I'm gonna start running.
Your save is 13.
It might be 14, but I think it's 13. And then if I go up to, I'm gonna move about 15 feet closer to the right wall.
Okay. So as you move towards this wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there. That's great.
Perfect. You can't get underneath where that bat is still hanging on. It still wouldn't have passed. But as you kind of settle underneath, you can see its kind of structure. While it's similar to like a normal, cave bat, its portions are exponentially larger. It has a sinuously long wingspan that's been kind of curled up as it's clawing up against the wall at this moment. It you see that as it kind of looks around, its eyes are kind of glassed over, almost as if it's blind. But you can hear kind of these loud, almost chirping sounds coming from it as it kind of tilts its head, craning its neck, not necessarily looking at you, but making sounds as you approach.
Noticing me.
You think it might have noticed you.
Okay.
This is
Oh, I have my shield out, by the way.
awesome. This is a good depiction
We
of what they
decided that
kind of look like right now.
Ooh, cute little things.
Oh, they're
They're
little
little-
cute little guys.
That's pretty sick.
Okay, next up is Valencia. Switch stuff over. Valencia, seeing the guards kind of fall, you'll hear her voice go, "No!" As she runs forward. She is going to use her ability to shadow jump 30 feet from where she's at.
Oh.
She runs up. She'll bump right in front of where that last guard had died, kind of trying to get in the way before he was able to kill her, but she wasn't fast enough. She is going to pull out kind of this wicked looking spiked whip underneath her robes and snap it into tension.
Well, she just had to one-up Barren.
She did. She is going to do her let me just read this real quick, sorry. Okay, she's going to make her 3 attacks.
3 attacks? Holy cow.
She's
fancy.
The first one, freak, I need to know what they're like. I'm swipping between books here on the iPad. It makes things a little tricky. That will hit. Her first attack, as she kind of snaps out, it lunges kind of more towards his neck, slicing through it. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw. He is able to save. On this one, that will take literally the least amount of damage she could. He will take 5 points of damage. As she kind of pulls it back, she kicks her wrist over, trying to wrap it around his neck for her second attack. That will miss as he's able to kind of duck out of the way. And then as she brings up the her thing and she goes out to snap, but he is able to kind of block it with the edge of his scimitar. She's not able to quite gain purchase on hitting her foes. She yells out to the rest of you of her team, saying, "On me!" With that, Ren, is your turn.
Okay. So what I think I'm gonna do. So the tokens with the wings are the bats, right?
Yeah. So they're little axes, but they kind of look like wings, so that's why I used them.
Oh yeah, they are axes. I've been seeing those wings this whole time. It's like a staff with wings. I was like,
Yeah.
a strange token. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move forward just a little bit towards the gates because I'm kind of far back, and then I'm gonna use my grasp of Hadar to pull some of these guys off the wall. Is my plan.
Awesome.
I'm guessing I can't pull the bats off the wall because they'll just kind of like fly again.
They are large, so they might have maybe better strength than just the orcs who are clambering off of them at the moment.
That is true. I might just do the orcs then.
The orcs look more intimidating than their mounts, just so you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I want to do more damage to them because the bats are just animals. You know, we can take those as pets, right?
And something that I should probably point out: these orcs are not big compared to normal orcs. These are more dexterous looking orcs. You think that like this clan of orcs maybe prides themselves in that fact, and that's what they focus on. But yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do one orc from the southern wall and then one orc from the northern wall
Awesome.
or northern tower.
Let's grab
So I'll do that. One beam. This will be the southern wall first. Eldritch Blast, 15 to hit.
That will hit. You meet
Okay,
it.
sweet. That's will be 6 damage.
And he's pulled 10 feet towards you.
Yes. So off the wall. Optimally,
Yeah, and it's 30 feet high, so he takes 3d6.
Yes.
Let's go.
That's 7 extra points of damage. So in total, from that attack, you
gotta
take
go up.
13.
Nice.
While he is helping a customer. I just kind of want to build up a little bit more of kind of what this scene looks like. As you still, the littered bodies are all over the ground. There's no time for these orcs to clean up, and you don't think that they really worry about their dead. In a sense, they almost, from what you can tell, they'd rather leave their dead on the ground, maybe as a reminder of what happens when you're not strong enough, or a reminder of what each and every one's of their goals are. They accomplish death in battle, and that may be the most glorious thing they can do.
Okay, sorry about that.
You're good.
But I'm back. That guy on the ground.
On the ground. He's
This guy
also
in the corner.
The one that's still close to the bat, or the one that's on the bat. Perfect.
Dude,
The one that's
like on the corner. Yeah. I only rolled a 7 on that. So that's what, 12?
Well, that unfortunately misses as your shot goes a little high to the left. Maybe a little bit.
Back.
It goes high into the left, not low to the left.
Okay. Yeah, that's all good. I think that will be my turn then.
Awesome.
I don't really want to do too much.
It seemed to have stunned the one orc that fell off the wall, so you feel pretty proud of that.
Great.
Sweet. With that, Barren, is your turn.
Yeah, all right. So seeing that these bats and these orcs have taken over this wall, like, we have to get up there. Knowing that, like, in this situation, being on the ground below, being, on the low ground, we're in a kind of a dangerous situation, right? It's not the best. So Barren has no magic.
Nope.
He's gonna try and run up the wall, and just as high to the highest point he can, he'll grab his whip and try to whip and hook onto like one of the bats, like one of their claws or their legs that are in, and just try to like start climbing using that.
Okay.
Because I imagine the bats are like halfway on. Some of them are halfway on the wall, or did most of them crawl over?
So, depending on which ones you're looking at, the only ones that haven't crawled over is the one that's right on, like Adelaide's looking down at. It's the one, that one, as well as one more. The most northern one.
Yeah.
It is also still hanging off the wall, but its rider still hasn't dismounted.
Okay. Whichever one I have the easiest, I think would be the lowest to possibly go and try and do like a run wall and like just, or wall run, excuse me, and try and get as high as I can, and then just whatever extra length I can. I have 10 feet of reach with the...
Your best bet, these are large beasts, so their size isn't quite right on here. Let me make them a little bigger.
Okay, so yeah.
So that one's hanging probably down to like the 20-foot mark. Your reach is 10. You need to get 10 feet off the ground height-wise.
I can technically do that with just a standing jump.
You sure?
I have 10 feet strength, so
is 10 foot strength in height?
I believe it's, if a standing jump is just...
I think that's long ways, not height-wise. Would you please look that up?
Sure. The other thing I was going to do is roll like acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah.
But
I would just like verify if you can just do it, then you can just do it. But I think that you need to first. I don't think that you can do a standing jump.
High jump. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to your 3 plus your strength modifier. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before jumping.
Yeah, so you'll move 3 feet before 3 plus your strength modifier, which is
the modifier or the strength score.
You said modifier.
Did I say modifier? Oh yeah, 0.
So you can jump 3 feet in the air. So you will have to kind of push yourself off the wall,
and get up.
Try to whip. So I need you to do, an acrobatics check for this.
Hey, that's not bad. Dirty 20.
Okay, so as you take off running, I imagine that you kind of run up, you jump off this
the
wall,
side and
jump off the bastion. As you kind of start going out more towards the outside.
Yeah.
You turn back around and you whip out your whip, trying to grab hold of one of the foots. I need you to roll an attack roll for me.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. With that, you hit.
Yeah.
As well as it takes some damage. I'd like you to roll your damage double.
That's going to be 8 slashing damage.
8 slashing damage. Good choice.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to add anything to that because, yeah. And I don't have any ranged attacks, so I don't think I can do my second attack. I think that's all I got. That was kind of my movement and action as far as I can, unless you'll let me start kind of climbing up a little bit.
Yeah. So that's about all you have for your movement as well as your action.
Yep.
How much damage was that again?
What did I say? 8 points of slashing.
8 points of slashing.
Yep.
So as you spin around, your whip graces on it, wraps around a few times, and you pull tightly as you yank. The bat, you hear both you and Adelaide make this awful screeching sound as it gets its leg kind of pulled down, its kind of joint pops a little bit as it now has a limp.
Nice.
That
probably doesn't do much with a flying creature. Maybe.
It technically it still affects movement speed. It doesn't specifically say walking speed.
I'll let you be the judge of that.
It does say your speed on foot is reduced by 5.
Okay, so yeah.
It doesn't say that the dexterity saving throw it needs to make if it takes the dash action is based to foot speed, but I would assume that it would mean that in this scenario.
I agree.
So, and if it's on ground and it takes the dash action, then it will come into effect. But
that makes sense. It's bad.
It's bad. If you will whip the weed, then maybe it's the other.
Maybe. Yeah, that's
you are as you finally kind of grab hold, you swing back and you hit kind of the wall hard. Your grip stays firm, though. You are now hanging off the end of a bat.
Cool.
Badly. Yeah. Next up is Momau. He is going to. Oh, you're back.
Welcome back.
Don't worry, it's going to be your turn soon.
Talking and like.
Stop talking. Just tell her to stop.
You could have just been like, I have to be somewhere at this point. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to beat up some orcs.
Welcome back.
Thank you. And then Opus ends the day.
Yeah. So it's going to be great.
Here.
So Momau, kind of seeing what is going on, he is going to kind of look over the situation. He will. You see him kind of take a second. Is that just a free action?
There's so many dead bodies on the screen.
We just reusing the map from last. That's not from us.
We're not.
We're just kind of starting into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say that it uses an action. That's ludicrous. Yeah. Anyways, so as you guys watch Momau, he's going to start running towards this side. Yeah. Valencia can handle one or can two bats on run. He is going to, as you see him start running, he's going to double in size as
The heck?
as that clunky armor that he was wearing before fits actually quite sleekly now, as he has seemingly grown into it. He will then take kind of a large, like kind of flop as he sits down, and he's going to launch himself with a long jump as a grung, and he will make it 30 feet onto the wall as like you see the shaking of the wall. It kind of almost looks like it starts leaning a little bit. You're like, that's probably not good to have up there. He doesn't seem to mind, as he will make also 3 attacks.
Very cool.
He pulls off, I think I described him having this long sword, or this great sword. That is a 16 to hit, which will definitely. (13 plus 4), 17 points of damage as he takes out his sword and slashes the one closest to him. What did I say? 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, McKay got you water here. Oh, nice. I don't know how cold it is, but
He will take his second attack on the same one. That will also hit with a 14. That's 10 more points of damage. And the last one,
thank you.
his last swing will miss. So as you see him kind of swash light, the orc kind of gets knocked over, landing kind of into the orc that's kind of climbing over. As he brings his sword back down, he almost just uses it less as a sword, more as a bat, as he's just like pummeling the guy. He takes more damage. Let's see, points. Not 266, 66. He then is able to roll back out of the way as he brings the sword down, as it crashes right onto the stones below. With that, it is these two orcs' turn. They're going to climb over the wall. 1, 2, right there. And kind of line up, and you see one of them is going to lay down a glob of darkness on top of where not two. On top of where Momau and the other 3 are at. They get engulfed in this pitch black sphere, as you can kind of see just a little bit of the edge of Momau's sword kind of sticking out of the top edge. Like you kind of hear him kind of shout in shock, being plunged into the abyss. You hear from inside strikes that will. Wow. 2 plus. What is their ability to hit? That dude is buff.
Oh,
I'm talking about Momau. He's good.
okay.
He still hits though, just barely.
I'm in love with Momau.
He is.
I have a
You
crush
will-
on him.
I have a crush on him too. 8 plus 3. 11 points of damage on Momau. and he'll take another attack. Plus 7. 22 points of damage in total as he kind of, you hear slashing in there, and you hear kind of the shout. Oh wait, did he even roll for a second one? Yeah, he still hits. Just barely. Again, rolled the same freaking thing. Yeah. Okay, with that, it is back to the top of the round. Opal, you are first.
So there's a giant abyss portal.
It doesn't look like it's portal. It looks like a sphere of darkness, like a spell of darkness.
To make it just hard to see.
Makes it impossible to see.
Impossible. Okay.
Unless you have ability to see in the dark. Like dark, like
We're
magical
30 feet
darkness.
on the ground, just so you know.
Do I have that?
30 feet on the ground.
I don't think you have that.
Yeah, they're up on the
The wall is
towers.
30 feet.
We're on the ground.
We are 30
Okay.
feet below.
Right below them.
30 feet on.
Okay.
Didn't Opal fly up?
I don't know. What is Opal then?
She just did Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. She would. Anyway. Opal will chug a potion and ask for her character sheet back.
Of course. I just didn't know if I should have used the potion or not.
That's okay.
Going down there.
Potion. I think she would use it at this time.
Sure. I think the potion of giant strength lasts 1 hour.
All right.
We'll say that.
Go big and strong. Right?
So the potion of giant strength only increases your strength. It does not increase your size. Just so you know.
Down. I don't see it on my character sheet. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, chicken. Okay. All right, I'm gonna grow strong and big in my heart. And that's bonus action, right? So I drink fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that brings your score to say 22.
Two.
So that means that on
Your attacks go up to +7,
your attacks, well,
plus whatever the.
it's +7 plus your proficiency bonus, so plus 10 right now.
So basically, you're not missing.
Okay. Well, then I will attack who.
There's a guy on the ground.
There's one guy on the ground.
Oh, not the dead body. This guy right here. Ren pulled him off the wall, and he's probably the only person that's within range of this turn to get to.
Yeah, I'll go for him.
Okay.
I'm gonna dash. Not actually, but like like anime, like that, and swing my action.
I would like you to
Okay.
Pillage too. He's on the ground prone, so you have advantage on the attacks.
Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's a good thing I have advantage. So that'd be +10, right, for attack? Or
Plus 10 for attack, and then the amount that your damage will be added will be a +7 rather than a +4.
okay, that's one hand, and we'll just do it 110. Okay, 26 to hit.
26 to hit?
Yeah.
That 26 to hit? That will definitely hit. Yeah, and also that would be a +8, not a +7 if you're doing one hand.
And that's a 10. This one.
Yeah, if you do for one-handed, it's that. Wait a minute.
What?
That should be a +5 because you have the dueling, right?
I don't know. I just play.
I don't know why that's a +4. Anyways, we'll leave it. Yeah, it's a +8.
I'm fine with making it a +4.
We'll leave it what it is because I think you took something different.
Ready? Maybe I will.
Wait,
I will do two-handed because
Joy?
you said wait.
No, that was me. That was moving that.
okay.
That was moving her away from.
Okay, and then that one's
8.
5. So, right, 8.
So you add 8 rather than 4.
11.
11. Okay, for your first attack, you come down hard with your axe, kind of splitting open the size. Technically, both of these would be +4 because I realized what it is. It's your weapon is a +1 weapon, so both of those are a +4 normally. Anyway, you have another attack though if you want to take it.
Get him. Oh, I even rolled out of my hand now.
You still have advantage on the attack too.
26.
That will hit again.
Stupid. Alright. 10.
10 points of damage. So in total,
21.
you've done 21 points of damage. He had already taken 13. So 13.
30.
That'll be 34.
Oh.
Okay. With that, you stand above his body. You've brought your axe down. First time kind of chopping into his breastplate as it kind of,
And then I flip my action and hit him again.
yeah, as you kind of catch it again and you bring it down. This time he is just barely able to get his shield up out kind of in the way of it, but glances off and kind of hits his helmet, knocking it off as you see him looking down. Something that you would notice is his face doesn't look panicked or enraged like most orcs. It seems more calm still, kind of almost like a blank expression.
So my initial reaction is that would Opal think that he's being controlled?
You can think whatever you want in combat. It would probably take a little bit more investigation to see if that's what the case is. With that, though, it is Cragborn's turn. He failed his last spell. Let's not have that happen again.
Boo.
Cragborn kind of realizing, doesn't want to
Embarrass himself.
embarrass himself in front of all of his new friends. He's going to come up here. I'm going to save that. He probably doesn't want to cast.
Ren, we gotta get on the wall.
Why?
Oh, great.
I'm
What?
still an orc, for all they know.
As you guys see Cragborn, he kind of kneels down. He's going to pull out this large bow of his, and it kind of starts kind of crackling with a little bit of an arcane energy as he looses it. Almost it seems to be infused with some sort of eldritch magic as it graces towards one of these enemies.
Should have gone to the
The Cool Kids Club.
Cool Kids Club.
He
The-
is
Lighthouse. Huh.
He does not know. It's okay. All right. He is going to attack the ones that he can see. Seeing that Barren is riding on the one.
I'm
He's
not on the back. I'm more just hanging.
It is a form of riding, loosely. He's going to shoot at the one that Valencia is fighting from this angle. +6. That will hit. That would be 58.
Thank you. That feels so nice.
He'll take 6 damage for the first shot, a nat 20 for his second shot. So took 6. That is 10, and then for his final shot is going to miss. As this little orky boy, I think he had 5 damage right now. He is going to add to that 16 to 21 points of damage as they seem fairly hurt. Next up is the orcs themselves, at least on this side. The one that you are facing, Opal, he's going to stand up and he's going to
Kick him back.
yes, you will. On your turn, but on his turn, he will get up. He will take
Where is the child?
He's napping. I should actually probably wake him up soon.
Where is he? We don't see him again.
he's going to kind of come up slashing with his kind of wicked looking scimitar. What is your armor class?
If you're still hungry for
Probably higher than that because you're using one-handed, so you have to show that, correct? Oh, okay. 16. Okay. The first attack will miss.
I'm strong.
The second attack will also miss. And that's as many attacks as he has. As he kind of flails back. It's not necessarily attacking trying to hit, but just to gain distance. He will use his bonus action to disengage, as he will then, seeing where he's at, he's going to move kind of more towards your back lines. 15, 25.
Then Ren can get him.
As he approaches those that are on the ground. Not happy about the guy who threw him off the wall. I got enough. Yes.
Pieces
I-
did you get?
the one that's fine, Valencia, will attack her.
like
That
This is the best place on
that will
earth.
hit.
I
The
get
second
my
attack will
games.
also hit.
That's the worst. No, I think that's. Okay, so. Give me something.
13. What turn's coming up? Yeah, I saved them 2 senses.
As she will take 23 points of damage from this guy wailing on her. She doesn't look very happy about it. The last guy who is over fighting Momau will also attack him. 2. That will miss. That will also miss. Momau's a beast. Okay. With that done, Adelaide, it is your turn.
We cannot see anything in the void.
In the void, there's only darkness.
I'm going to. Is it possible to fly up and to get to a point where I can kind of pull Barren up with me?
You can definitely try to. He's hanging on the bat, so you'd probably have to be kind of on the bat. That's where the
Is it because I kind of visioned it like
it's kind of like clawed onto the side. So it's hanging down probably around 10 feet off the side of the wall because it's probably at the top of it.
Okay, so I would need to pull him 10 feet up.
Yeah. So you can go the 30 feet with your dark.
Barry's kind of a wider guy, isn't he?
What do you mean? Like skinny?
Yeah, like if I could get him.
He's by no means a bodybuilder.
Lady?
You kind of think that you might be stronger than he is,
Well,
muscle wise.
yeah, she kind of has an ego, huh?
Yeah, that's
okay.
true.
I'm gonna try to pull Barren up onto the wall.
As you land, this is kind of all happening at the same time as you whipped up. You kind of start, just. I have a question. How does your flight work in darkness? Is it like Superman, or do you just kind of run in air, or do you walk on shadow, or how does this work?
We're flying like a bird.
What? That's so sad.
Did you imagine me
I like the idea of just
wings?
That's true.
So that would be cool though.
as while you're not in your full angelic form, in darkness, those wings seem to kind of coalesce, like almost like a faint afterglow of them. They don't fully form into their bright, brilliant color. They're just, kind of, as you stare at the sun, you see something in your eyes when you close them. That's kind of what they look like right now. As they kind of flap up, you reach up to the top. I would like you to do a strength check to see how well you can pull Barren up the rest of the way.
Give myself guidance. And I just be like,
Is guidance an action?
guidance is an action.
So that would take your action, which would give you guidance for the next turn.
Oh, so pulling is the turn.
Pulling
Oh,
is
no guidance
I can
needed.
get up.
Huh?
I'm hanging on. I can get up.
But do you
If you want to do something else, if you want to help me, I'll take the help. But if you're like, I want to do something else, you can do something else. Because I think my next turn I can get up if I need to.
But if you could use your next turn to get the bat, then that would
Yeah,
be more
I can do that.
beneficial.
So
I'm
if
gonna
you
try
want-
to pull them up.
okay. Yeah. Roll roll your strength
Strength
check.
check. No. I did not do it.
It's not very good.
But I am strong.
She's strong.
12.
12. Ooh.
And I got
How heavy
momentum.
is Barren?
He's a wiry guy.
I mean, he is more
Lean.
leaner.
I do make a point to mention that Adelaide's always doing her exercises.
Adelaide does carry a lot of stuff on her personally.
I thought Pablo carried the stuff.
Adelaide has someone who usually picks up stuff that's heavier for her. That's what I just heard.
It's up to you.
That's hard.
The thing is, Adelaide's not a little girl.
Could she
Yeah.
have
I
could she
showed
have
Mikay-
advantage,
I
assuming that like she's shouting this?
wait, I showed Mikay like pictures of what I imagine Adelaide being. She like low key buff though.
Yeah, for sure. I imagine it too.
Like she's got money for those personal.
Assuming that she had shouted this out and was like, "Baron, give me your hand." Like, if I'm trying to reach up as well, could she have advantage?
Hey, if it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work.
You can say no. You just want the bat to fly off with Baron so we can have an aerial.
I just want to become a
just
fight
Just
behind
you
the
wait.
bat. Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna ride that bat and I'll mount it and take
I will say, with your help, Baron has advantage on his climbing check.
Okay.
So it's not like it's a
I am holding him under the shoulders
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a little kid.
come on,
Climb up
come on.
the climbing wall.
Yeah, exactly. You're doing a great job. All right. With that, who's next? It's actually Val's turn. Valencia. She, not happy that she missed so many times last time, is going to try to hit better.
You guys are really not spraying this and make this really good.
She's going to again, kind of repositioning herself. She's going to stride forward, kind of bringing her chain out. That one will finally hit as her spike chain goes out. The guy makes a dexterity saving throw. He fails. Yeah, so what she'll do is she'll take the whip and she'll grab one of his foots, yanking it, pulling him as he goes prone onto the ground. You'll take 6. That's 10 points of damage. And then with him on the ground, she's going to make her second attack. That will also, but not crit. This time you see her blade kind of get sheathed in almost this kind of black, shadowy, luminescent
Man, these guys have all
Stop.
cool stuff.
as it will do a little bit extra damage this time.
Should have gone to the marksman school, guys.
10, so that's 13. 9. Oh, she's doing heck of damage.
See if you want water.
I need a calculator.
Use your phone.
I don't know. Oh, it's in my pocket. I can't feel it. It's okay. I got it. I'm so sorry. I'm slow, guys. I'm like the worst at this.
Pretty much. Yeah.
No.
There's cookie dough from Pillage.
No more water.
As in total from the first 2 attacks, he's taken 48 points of damage, which is enough to finally kill him.
48.
As
That's the threshold.
she has one more attack as kind of the 2 giant bats lurch up, going to attack her. She's going to make her last attack. That is going to hit. She will then damage.
10-year head nose.
14 points of damage.
Wait, did we get farther from the table?
I don't know. Anyway,
No, we don't need to move it. I was just weirded out.
with that,
Sorry.
now it is Ren's turn. Sorry this is taking so long, guys.
This is fun.
So this orc that I made fall off the tower and is now running towards me, is he running towards me as like to say like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," or is he like, "My fellow orc soldier, help
That's-
me"?
Like
Big-
a side hug.
Dude, bro, did you see that?
Thanks
Yeah,
for
he
help.
doesn't really seem to realize that you are not an orc. He fails his intelligence save. It seems that he's more running away from Opal at the moment, trying to kind of get in line with the other orcs that he sees back here.
I will say to him, I'll run forward and like kind of like pass him as he's passing me. And I'll say to him,
Trip him.
"Tell the captain we need to fall back."
Hmm. Interesting.
Nice.
In common.
And like, how's it going?
Yes.
Can you give it an orc accent as you say it?
Yeah, I will try to sound like an orc. I'll try to sound like more gruff and like I'll be like breathing like really heavily, you know.
It's really wet breath.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so wet. Yeah, and I'll like kind of I'll tell him that as we run past.
Like,
Okay.
actually don't do it.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Come on. I'm not very persuasive. So pray for
Not
me.
yet. You need to
Yeah,
practice.
not yet. Oh, that was actually it was almost an 8. That was a 12.
A 12? With that, he doesn't seem convinced that you guys need to fall back, but he seems like you've kind of, he looks a little questioning. It doesn't look like he's much of a threat to you right now, but he seems like he's like confused almost in a sense, as like he stops. You think that you might be able to, if you continue talking, and I'll let you do it this round. I don't want you to have to wait until your next turn. If you want to keep trying to persuade him, you can, or you can take an action now. If that makes sense.
I think if I were to say anything, it'd be like, oh, I don't know. I mean, things like to tell him like tell the captain like just to hold off for a bit or like let's reevaluate. But also I don't really want them to reevaluate their plan and be better. So I'll just be like, whatever. And if he's running away, I still want to keep this disguise up. Is he looking at me? Is he paying attention?
With how low you rolled, it doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
It looks like
Yeah,
he's
he's-
more planning to get kind of side by side you to face Opal, who might be following behind him. But
I just don't want him to see me pull
Wait,
another few
yeah.
orcs out of the shadow. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll give you this. He might like with that. He might start to kind of keep going. You think you've bought yourself, a chance to like he'll like kind of look away towards where the rest of the army is at, kind of questioning whether he should go back or not.
Okay.
You think you've bought yourself a chance to try to pull some more orcs?
Yeah, pull off a few more shots. All right. So it is dark in there. I remember roughly where they were.
Yeah.
And I am sure I won't hit Momo, right? Like he's kind of covered by orcs and bats.
For sure.
So I'm just gonna hurl one in there
Okay.
and see what I can see.
Make your attack with disadvantage.
Okay. First attack 13 plus 5, 18.
Wow, with disadvantage,
Yes, I rolled a 15 and then a 13.
you hit.
Sweet. And I would prefer one of the orcs.
Okay. Well, I was going off of their one. This guy goes 5'10" and falls off the wall. Roll for your damage and roll for fall damage.
Okay. That was 3 damage. Not that good. And then fall is what? 3d6?
Yeah.
9.
Did you want me to roll that, or do you want to roll that?
I just rolled it. It was just 9.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 plus 9 is 12 points of damage in total.
Yeah.
And
then
okay, go ahead. I was just going.
I was gonna say the next blast was a 13 to hit.
13 will miss.
Okay. No biggie.
Unless you want to try pulling one of the giant bats off the wall.
Cool.
I mean,
He probably won't.
I was aiming for an orc, so
Yeah, I don't think we can just say like you're aiming into a group and just whoever's the lowest AC you hit, that's who you hit.
Can he? Well, I was gonna say, could he even see the middle orc?
Well, he can't see any of the orcs. He's just shooting in.
yeah, I'm just throwing shots in there.
Height-wise,
Hoping
maybe
for an orc.
Who's got the line? Yeah.
he might have like saw kind of his head. I think he could have still seen the middle orc from where he's at. All right. Anything else you want to do, Ren?
No, I'm gonna leave this orc that's by me alone. Maybe he'll do something good for us, but I'm keeping an eye on him.
Okay, no worries. Baron, it is your turn.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Is it my movement to get up? How do we want to rule getting up?
It will probably, since you used your action last turn, I'm okay with it not taking your action, but you probably still need to make
A roll
a
to see if I
you can make it.
Okay.
So do a strength check with advantage since you were assisted by Atlas.
Pretty good. That's less good. 17 for strength.
Sure, you are able to get up to the top of the bat is kind of the way I imagine it is it halved your movement speed. So you're technically right here, but you only have about 5 feet left. It's difficult.
I'll move
terrain.
into the center of as far as I can into the blackness.
Okay. As you jump off the face of the bat into the darkness, you can sense around you Momau kind of trying to figure out how to block himself. Most of his armor being the one that gets scored with attacks. The orcs look towards you, and you can see that they look towards you.
Oh, they can see? Oh, that's so cool. Okay. I'll come in here and Adelaide having pulled me up, and I'll flick my whip as I'm coming up, and I'll jump off the bat's head and roll, and I'll come in and slash.
Okay, that's good.
So this is my first attack. That's going to be a 19 plus whatever. And you said that they do have what are they fighting with?
They are fighting with scimitars.
Scimitars. Let's do a disarming strike.
Okay. See if I can pull one of those to myself. So it needs to make, I believe, a strength saving throw.
Okay. 12?
12?
Yes.
No.
As you
It's 15.
reach out with your whip, you're able to pull out the one that's closest to you's. I'm assuming it's the one that you closest
Yeah,
to.
so I'll catch it in the hand. So he takes 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 points of slashing damage on that one, and then I'll go in for another attack.
He's at 26. 6 now.
That is cocked.
Okay. I trust you. Maybe.
That's gonna be is a scimitar. What kind
It's
of strength or dex?
it's
the
dex,
Okay.
but it's just a 1d6. Just so you
That's okay. That's a unnatural 20.
that will hit.
So I'm gonna go in for another attack here. That wasn't very good. 5 points of damage on that scimitar, and then I'll go in for another my third attack on my with my little whip boy.
Okay.
As a reaction, nat 20.
Awesome.
Let's go. And I'm gonna make this a tripping attack, so it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. He will. He rolls a. Yeah, he rolls a 13.
That fails.
Okay.
So he's gonna take. 19 points of damage.
Using your blind sense is a little bit different than normal combat. As it's more of like feeling kind of the steps, feeling the rush of wind from a sword coming in, and just knowing how, almost in a sense of how your combatant thinks to be able to predict what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So with that, as you think he's going to be in a position, you whip out with your last attack after slashing him. You find purchase on something, and as you tug, you hear a slight crack. As you realize you were able to get it around his neck.
Nice. And then instead of using my bonus action, I'll just kind of shout out, "To your right, Mamau!"
Okay. With that, it is Mamau's turn, as he is going to, hearing where they are and getting a sense of where he is. He still has disadvantage on his attacks. But you do feel like you helped him. He'll probably roll better now.
So that's all we can hope for.
He will actually. Ooh, maybe.
His hair is crazy.
He will call back to you and say, "Make it yours," as he uses his call to action ability. As you will get an attack. Who else is in a good position to attack? He can't really see much else.
Is this using our reaction? Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
it's using a reaction. Adelaide, you can also take an attack. Yeah. And Valencia was probably the last person that he could see that will also get attacked. Each one of you gets one attack.
That's cool.
Right.
And no movement, right?
No movement.
Okay.
But I think you're still within range.
I am with my whip. I can.
You're within range of the bat if you'd like to attack it.
Sacred flame in the back.
I think it's only weapon
you're
attack.
right.
Why don't you just shove it?
You could use your shove.
shield and just boom right in the noggin.
Definitely.
But we have stats for the shield.
We do. Well, it's a strength. It's a strength save or a strength check, right?
Yeah.
But I think you could still do damage. I think you have.
Wait, so what do I do? Do I roll a d20?
You're using the shield master feat, right?
Yes.
Let's look it up real quick.
Yeah. It'd probably be good to look it up. I think it makes a strength save, if I remember correctly, rather than you doing it.
If you take the attack action on your turn, you can use bonus actions to try and shove a creature within 5 feet. If you aren't capacitated, you add your shield's AC to any dexterity saving throw. Okay, that's a different one. So you're just taking the shove action with an attack, and then let Chase decide if he'll add damage to that or not.
Okay, perfect.
Because it's just a shove. The shove action is
Attack.
in attack.
So roll for an attack, and add your strength modifier plus your proficiency. How you doing, Dave?
Dude, I'm on fire. Nat 20.
Nice.
Sorry.
19. That will succeed. We'll do Adelaide.
Yeah,
We'll do
Adelaide.
Valencia first. She was able to take her whip it around one of the wings of the bat that's kind of standing up, yanks it back, and it loses its footing as it falls off the wall down onto the ground below. As it kind of hits with a sickening thud, it does not move afterwards.
Nice.
Adelaide, as you take your shield and just punch this bat right in the face, is going to be shoved back 5 feet, and it will go prone. It will fall 30 feet. Actually, let's have you roll the damage for this, as it is getting shoved off. Roll 3d6.
Whoa, that much. 2, 4, 6.
10 to 12.
Nice. 12 points of damage.
So
Who knew that the role playing game is a math? It's just they just tricked us into math.
They just tricked us into using it.
Yeah.
Roll for damage. As you, he knows that you can tell where it is better than he can.
That's crap.
Taking the.
I'm also doing a tripping attack,
Perfect.
so he needs to make a strength saving throw.
He rolls a nat 1.
Okay, he's on the ground. 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage.
Not as much as I'd like.
No. 13. As he takes a fairly good amount of damage. With you killing that one that you did, though, the darkness fades as his spell ends. Momel, that probably would have happened before his turn, but that's okay. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's just falling apart.
Anywho, with that happening is these two orcs' turns, the one that had fallen on the ground, as well as the one that was up here with Momau. He is going to kind of see that, they're getting routed. He is going to run along, take the disengage action, jumping onto his mount, and he's going to start flying off.
Dang.
The one that is also on the ground here is going to run over to his injured one, and he's going to do the same as they start taking off.
The other one was prone.
It's technically the bat's turn as well, so they can stand up from being prone as well. How far away was that? Could he have made that distance?
The orc.
Orc.
I think he barely could.
15, yeah. He can technically just barely make it.
Does Nomau get an attack of opportunity?
If we want to roll it that way, but it also works that way for you guys as well. So, if what I would consider is if the mount isn't taking a turn, it's because he took the turn and they cannot act as one group, and so his disengage action kind of counts for.
Oh, that's right. He took a disengage. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right that he took a disengage action. I see what you're saying. I forgot that he had taken the disengage action.
The final guy seeing this, his other friends will call out. He will whistle to his one. It's almost kind of a very similar sound as the chirping noise that you heard the one bat make. He will turn towards you, Ren. Let's see if he recognizes you. With that, he kind of stills his eyes on you, and recognizing you for the human that you are and not an orc, he will kind of sneer towards you and say, the red things, and think of this in kind of more of a grovelly, kind of rough voice. I don't know if you'd really even understand what you'd say. Do you know orc?
Except for me.
Yeah, I guess
I don't know.
Did
Or
her thing run out or no?
it's 10 minutes long, so I don't think it's been 10 minutes since you guys left the tent. So actually, I think comprehend languages lasts an hour, so it's for a while. He will turn towards Ren and basically kind of pull out his sword like in a defensive position. Look like he's about to attack, but kind of feigns as he calls for his mount, which comes over, picks him up, and they head out as well. You guys seem to have caught up for this and protected this section of the city. Though Adelaide, it's at this moment, now that you kind of stilled yourself, and Baron, you'd notice this too, Valencia would also, as well as Momau. You look towards the city, and where you'd seen riders above going over, you now see many of the buildings on fire.
Oh, they were throwing Molotov cocktails. Or similar.
With that, let's take a break. 5-minute break, real quick.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to pause us?
Yeah, so put us to the break. To the break. Alright, bye.
We're back.
Oh, it's kind of sour.
I like it. I like tart food.
Banana.
I get these a banana.
But that always just tastes like bananas. Just banana.
You have to do like half a banana.
It's very healthy.
Because banana is very strong flavor.
If you only do half a banana, what do you do with the other half? Just eat it like a normal human being? That sounds weird.
No, I give it to my son.
Oh. So that way he can mash it
He
in
also
between his fingers. Okay, so as you guys look up from the edge of the wall, those who are on top of it, you look out and you can see parts of the city catching on fire. It looks like those 10 or so mounted combatants who were throwing things down must have been throwing some sort of grease fire, maybe alchemist fire, down, starting the town ablaze. You see villagers running out of their houses at this time. You know, people trying to put fires out. The hard thing with this town is there's not very much open water like bodies of water. The only thing that there is the moat itself. And as your eyes kind of glance that way, you notice as the ones that have been throwing fire down, they've started to kind of coalesce, and it looks like they're heading towards that central island. The land baron's house. You look over to the side towards the gate of the city, and you can see what looks to be the other 15 heading towards that gate. They're getting fairly close. What do you do?
You gotta go after him. Try and go the back.
I mean, can we get one of these bats? Because they're faster than us, right?
If you can't fly, for sure, it's easier than going around the wall. There is one bat.
I'm not close to that one bat, so Barren or Valencia.
I'm bad at animal handling, but maybe he'll think I'm an orc.
Yeah, I don't think orcs are good at animal handling either. They just beat them into submission.
They whack you until you start working.
Okay, I will. Sure. I have one quick question. Did we see these guys pulling things out of their hands as well?
Here's another question too, just something to consider. You do have Adelaide right next to you as well. She might be better off at animal handling than either one of you.
Or wait, Cragborn can do it. Can we? Is he close enough that we can? Or he can do Dominate Monster again?
I'll try. I'll try.
All right, yeah. Cragborn would be a.
He says that he has one spell left to you, Bren, but you'd like to save it.
Okay.
I'll try.
He also says, though, I can try to communicate with the beast.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a great plan.
Go ahead with your check.
Yeah,
I'll
try.
to listen to Barren.
I was gonna ask though, did these orcs that we saw, did they have things in their hands? Like, were they getting ready to throw alchemist fire?
You probably could only do one or the other. If you're going to go try catch the bat, you'd have to come back and search the bodies.
Okay. Shoot. I do have.
It doesn't look like they have anything out.
Okay.
So you'd have to actually do a physical check of their bodies to see if they have something.
All right. Adelaide, see if they have any alchemist fire on them or something. Maybe we can use it. And then I'm gonna run and grab the bat.
Where's alchemist fire?
It lights things on fire. That's all you need to know.
Alchemist fire.
Make investigation check for me.
Yeah, I'll run to this bat. I'll run to the bat and I'll, if you'll let me, I'll fast hands, grab onto the reins, and hook myself in and try and get on. And
Okay, make an animal handling check as you jump onto this bat. 19. Okay, you find on the two bodies on this side, you find among them 3 bottles of these kind of clear liquid that doesn't slosh quite as fast as water, It's kind of viscousy, but less than Donnie. Donnie is more. You could try feeding it to Donnie. Maybe he'll gain the flame attribute.
Yes. Flaming
Six,
Donnie.
What? Say that again.
16.
16. I guess it's. So its wisdom is a 12, and I'll say with that you're able to kind of control it for a second. You've never ridden a bat, but you've been around animals. You've worked on farms, things like that. Using some of those methods, you try to kind of console it, and it doesn't really know how to take that, but it seems like it's not flying away. You're able to kind of pull it by the reins. It's not necessarily underneath your control, but it's not trying to.
Now we watched the other ones take off. Were they more vicious, like hitting it and I don't know?
It didn't necessarily stand out to you that they were being super crazy vicious, but something that Momal will do is while he's still large and in charge, he'll call out to the ones that are still on the ground after he lets down a rope and says, "Hey, get up here before I make myself small again."
Yeah. I was gonna try and take off and do a quick little loop and pick Ren up with me and throw him on the back of this so we can go together.
For sure. Crash.
That's what I wanted to do. So
Okay.
I should have said something earlier, but yeah, that's what I want to try because I know Ren can't fly, so I'd like to try and do an initial all right, here we go, and then try to loop back and reach my hand down and pull Ren up on the back of this so we can go together. Yeah. Hey.
That's so romantic.
That is so romantic. This is a magic moment between you two. I would like you to make another animal handling check as you try to take off.
Hey, can I have you roll this? Wait, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay, that rolled off. Come on. Oh, that was not very good. 8.
8. As you go to kind of spur it to action, you kind of do what you think a horse would do, and you try to kind of squeeze it with your legs. It doesn't move. It doesn't budge.
You need a passcode.
What's the password?
56.
Come on, move!
Cragborn, kind of seeing that you're struggling, he will use an ability that he has, and he will kind of run up, and he'll somewhat kind of mist away, and he'll appear kind of running up to you.
Nice.
He will try to assist you as he I think, can you cast speak with animals on someone?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I think Cragborn can.
Like if he has the spell, he can cast it on Barren, and Barren
Maybe
can speak with animals. Is that a target? Is it itself?
I might have my spell. Hold on.
Self.
Okay, he will still cast it, and he'll call out to the bat, saying, "Whoa, we're not here to hurt you anymore. We're here to help you. All we ask of you is to help us fly and save ourselves tonight." It kind of, you hear this kind of popping, chirping sound again. It's almost kind of like the inhale, the, but really loud sound, like that. I can't do it. Like that nice sound. What is that? Oh. Anyway, it kind of is making some sounds like that. With that, he says, "Try again. You'll have advantage on this."
Ooh. Part of me really wants to make this an intimidation check because I have advantage. Oh wait, I already have advantage. Okay, animal.
Mm-hmm.
11.
With an 11, you're able to get it airborne. That moment. So as you take off, it's kind of hard to control. The Cragborn says it's a lot smarter than you'd think. Well, actually, no, it's pretty dumb. He doesn't say that. He says it's pretty dumb, so you kind of gotta just force it where you want it to go. As you kind of lead down, as you fly past, you reach out your hand for Ren. You kind of man clasp it as you kind of pull him on as it takes off again, flying into the air. Both of you on the back of a bat.
Yeah, and then I'll say we're going to the gate. You can either come with us or go check out the Baron's house.
I'm gonna go to the Baron's house.
This is the question that you guys need to decide.
Oh, I'm saying that we're going to the gate. We might be splitting the party.
Well, Valencia will say, whatever we do, we should stay together. 5 of those were still fairly good amount of handful for us. Okay. If we're fighting 10 to 15, we should probably stay together. Whatever we do.
Okay, we stay together.
Okay.
Okay.
I say the gate.
Why not the Baron's house?
Because if the Baron house falls, people are still alive. If the gate falls, they get in.
That is kind of true. That's sound reasoning.
As the
I mean,
kind of like
yeah, we can totally save the this is above the table I'm talking for a second, but we can totally go for the Baron's house, but that saves one person. Right? Unless they moved all the women and children to the Baron's house, but I don't know if it doesn't seem like they've done that.
No, they were moving everyone to the inn. Or not the inn, but
People were just inside.
People are just inside the temple.
Yeah.
You see tons of people running around trying to do something about the fires at the moment. It looks like they're pulling water from the Baron house. As those ones that are flying towards the Baron house, they're not really focusing much on the people. It looks like they're specifically going to that section of the city.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the gate falling. If the gate falls, they get in. Otherwise, because they haven't been able to get in through the walls yet. Right?
okay, we'll go to the gate then.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
If that, those who don't have a mount, Opal, are you going to take the rope that Momal let down for you, or are you going to fly?
Guess I would fly.
It's up to you. If you want to save your flight, you can. She's using her
How
other
if you
thing.
saved my flight? Because I feel like I wasted my strength.
Well, you still have an hour, so you'll probably be in combat beforehand. You are easily, with your strength potion, able to. You're not even like using your feet, basically. You get up to the wall. As you all kind of coalesce, you guys on the bat and the others on the wall, you all start kind of running across the wall, trying to, circumvent around the gate. Are you going to fly straight there, Baron, or are you going to try to follow your party so you all land at the same time? Just so you know, your speed right now is 60. It's 60-foot flying speed.
Well, they have 60 if they're flying and dashing.
You could dash as well
I guess that's true.
and go 120 feet.
Ren, what do you think? Should we wait?
I mean, the reason we got the bat was for speed, right?
Well, then we're going.
Okay.
Can I call out to Adelaide, and if Adelaide, did you find any alchemist fire? Toss me one.
Shoo.
Okay, you got one in your
I
hand.
got one.
All right. So, with this, as the rest of you start sprinting along the side of the wall, those who are faster, kind of going up more towards them, a straight line. Adelaide, are you going to run with the main body of the group along the wall?
Do you still have time on your flight?
It's been a minute. Like I think it's been a minute.
It's been
So,
a minute now.
Okay.
So you
One of your Momount also shrinks down again now.
Hey, come here. Come here, Boo Boo.
Okay.
Hey, come here. It's the same thing. Come here, Boo Boo. Come here. Come get it. Oh, get this from you.
Now I'm trying to decide. I think
You better.
where we're at right now, it would be better off if we stop for the night with Baron and Ren riding on the back of a bat towards them, with the rest of the group coming up behind. I think at this point, Pinky would probably be joining you guys in flight towards there, or she'll be over there by the time you get there.
So she's already been fighting on that account. Cool.
Yeah. So I think we'll stop here for the time, and we'll jump into that fight when we get there.
All right.
So we'll call it for here tonight. Good job, guys.
Very fun.
I'm intrigued to see what it's going to be with 3 times the same, things that you're fighting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've already. How long will it take us to get to the over to the gate? Not very long, right? Like,
Not very long.
Okay.
No, I imagine it less than like a minute or so.
Okay.
Like it's
That's-
fairly far, but it's
Sure. But
like
we're
it'll
flying on the
probably.
best.
It's not like it's a big town. Remember.
Yeah.
And you guys that are sprinting around the side, it still will take a little bit of time, but not
Okay.
a ton.
I was just wondering because I was like, it'd be nice to get a short rest, but we're in the middle of stuff.
Yeah, you don't have enough time. You could take a short rest if you'd like.
No.
The gate's not going to be there when you get there. Dungeon.